Okay, here we are back up here. It is about 10 days later. We got busy at work doing some stuff and didn't get back to it. No problem, the longer this lays here, the stronger it gets. So, ready to start taking all of this off. Went around, we took some of the screws out. There's my corners that we use time and time again. I just set these on the shelf before they get ruined. Be right back. All right, I had to run upstairs and get a screw tip for the drill. Not to bore you with all that. So we have screws about every 12 inches straight down. Voila, right off. These long ones I just saved and stand over here in the corner. Especially when we have the liner against them. You know, there's no reason we can't use this time and time again. Okay, I'll bring you up close here. We'll start pulling some of this liner off. Okay, this is our backsplash. It goes behind the grill all the way up to the exhaust fan right here. So we want broken stone on the sides. So you can see there's a little sliver. That'll crumble right off. We touch this edge with the grinder. Now our 6-inch backsplash will butt right into this and we'll see one little seam right here. Here's what we all wanted to see. Hopefully I can get it out of here. So that's why I wait like 5, 7, 10 days to do this. Moving, you know, prying stuff apart. I don't want to crack anything and damage it by moving it too soon. Let's find the edge. Yeah, let me get a screwdriver. These are all loose. Let's get this off. There it is. So you can see how easy this peels off. I sprayed it so it's nice and clean. And again, just at our seam area, can barely see that. I'll hit that with a grinder, a little bit sharp right there. So I'll take a grinder and clean that up. It's a messy process, so that's why we have it down here. Okay, there's the island. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but it was a week ago. I made a flat area. That way the barrel can stay closer to the wall. It doesn't have to sit out quite so far. So I put the seam over here against the wall. So just get that broke free a little bit. And this is the rope one that I made. Look at that. Oh no. What's going on? I better pick this up first. I think it's caught underneath there. Okay, so just get a shovel underneath one end. You hear it pop free. So with all the vibration I put on it, it got bring it up to, it got underneath the liner. How's that for a cool look? And you can see how clean this comes out. So I got some material right underneath there. Oh, sorry about the camera angle. So I'll just cut this off. Wish I had more hands. There we go. So there is another barrel top with a rope edge. You can cream these holes or you could leave them in there. The holes actually kind of look neat. I'll get this up over there so we can see it better. Okay, so I just set it up on top of a garbage can. There's a close-up of the rope edge. I mean, I have the camera about an inch away from it, so these holes look enormous. But you can see they're a quarter of the size of my fingernail. Just to give you a reference. So that, with this mold, or this one, with this mold. I'm glad I don't have to pick which one I like better. I think they're both pretty sharp. So I'll pull these letters out, cream coat this, cream coat these, and get these out of here. All right, these are getting puffy like they're ready to come out. So they come out that easy. Wish I could use these over and over again, but okay, you get the idea. Come on, I want to get it. Okay. All right, back over to this. Okay, so here is my main countertop. Now these are my notes that I took from the job site. 66 inches from edge of brick to edge of grill. So there is an 1.5 inches of overhang. So I want 67.5 inches. Right here I put a mark. Let's double check this together. 67.5. Right there. And then I went out to the job site. All right. I went out to the job site and took a nice fresh measurement. 52 9/16. So 52 9/16, 26.25 inches for what we're doing. So 26.25 inches from brick to center of grill. Right there, right there. So now I'm going to saw cut this right in half. Then when we butt them together on the job site, that 6-inch seam will be centered behind the grill. Underneath 1.5 inches of backsplash, you'll never see it. Once we get it in place, I'll take my saw and cut out the grill. I believe there's a sink. I believe there's a couple things getting cut in here. We're going to do all that on the job site. If I try and cut that out right here and transport that long arm sticking out there, that is going to crack. So center, get it to the job site. We'll make our other cuts. Okay. Like everything by the barrel, these are pinched in pretty tight. I don't want to force anything and crack, especially this long skinny backsplash. So put a screw in, that gives me something to grab on, and you can see I can just pick that straight up And I'm not just ripping it out, I'm just finessing it, working it out. Now we got some wiggle room here. Nice piece of countertop material for the next project. And Steve's asking me how long until I'm done, and I guess he has one coming in right after me. So I gotta get this guy wrapped up. Let me bring you up close. So this gets broken stone liner at the top of this backsplash. There it is. So we took some liner and ripped it to 1.5 inches. We don't want the backsplash a full 2 1/4. That just looks a little bit too thick. So I'm just trying to create some wiggle room. Backsplash, big backsplash, and then backsplash. So this line is about 1/4 inch long. I'd rather cut it 1/4 inch long here, get it there, and trim a little bit off. Same thing on this side. We can hit it with a grinder on the job site and cut it in seconds. If this looks difficult, it's just because I'm doing it with one hand and holding the camera. I think it's coming out real easy. And I didn't have any more ripped liner since we did all that and all of this. So on this end, I just used my new 2 inch. So I'll hit that with a power washer. Just used the DeWalt 60 volt chop saw. Got really dusty in here. I pulled this door down right about here with the fan blowing, pushing it all right outside. My center cut, backsplashes. See you tomorrow. Here we go. Guys are finally here today working on some stuff. So I brought them down. I cut this a day and a half ago. So now we need to position it where I can work on it. Okay, I have a bunch of chunks over here on the floor. These two skinny backsplashes, just real quick, we're going to go up on that roller table. The big center backsplash on buckets right there. Then all these pieces here just straight up on buckets. Going good, one more to go. This one goes right here. Okay, now, thank you gentlemen. I'll run around the edge with the grinder and clean stuff like this up. Any sharp edges, wash them down, scrub them, and color. Not even sure what time it is. My phone is dead and it is dark out. But it is the day. Gonna go ahead and get these colored, and tomorrow we get them sealed. I went around the perimeter with a grinder and just cleaned up all the edges. Now I'll color this, the whole surface, but you can take your hand and run it around all the edges. Nothing real sharp. I don't want anybody leaning against it or anything, and you know, it's real nice and soft to the touch, but it's a neat look, broken stone edge. So what I do first, and this is very quick, a sprayer full of water, dampen the surface, and that's what you want to see, just damp, no puddles. No dry spots. If I use a garden hose, it's a little bit too much. Just like that. Just a nice mist on it. Now, I'll take another sprayer and follow this up with my Permatique. Come on over here. Sprayer. Oh, I don't have much to do, but nevertheless, I still fill it up just over halfway. I don't want to run out. So, my Storm Gray Antiquing. This is a Permatique from Butterfield, and I like it when we close these bags up and tie them shut. That did not happen. It's still good. The bucket was sealed, but curl that up, put the bread tie around it that they give you, and close that up. About a half a scoop. We use anywhere from 1 scoopful to 2 scoopfuls in a sprayer. And you're going to go a little bit more. That was kind of light. So about another 1/8 or 1/4. Just dump it in there. Yeah. Okay, so now give this a good shake, stir. I sometimes throw it in a mixer and blend it. I really can't tell the difference. As long as you give it a real good shake, it seems to work the same as mixing it up with a drill bit. I know some people are going to argue with me on that, and that's okay, but it really does seem to work. Okay, so you can see this has been wet now for about 5 minutes. Starting to dry a little bit. And the reason we want this damp, we want our Permatique to hit this surface, and we want it to be able to settle into the low areas and move around. If it's dry and you spray it on there, it'll stop. There's no movement, no marbleization. It just goes on as a translucent black color or dark gray color, and you don't really get any of that variation. No puddles, just damp. So I'll give this a light spray again. This is just straight water, nice clean water. Nice uniform surface, and make sure you hit the broken stone. You want the same effect on the face as the surface. I'll bring you over here in a minute. So we can let that set a minute, and I'll prep the next piece. Now why you want to do that is, you want that water to settle in and sort of saturate the surface. It'll stay damp just a little bit longer. And again, no puddles, but the longer it stays damp, the more our Permatique will move, and you'll get a nicer marble look. Looking at it overall, and then as soon as you zoom in to one area, you can see it start to settling in, like right in that vein area. So as this process takes place, you'll see it more and more in those areas where you're looking. This customer just wants a light hint of Storm Gray. If I had to give you a percentage, we usually go for about 60% base color and 40 to 30% of antiquing color. So here we're going for about 20% antiquing and 80% undertones is what we're shooting for. We'll come back to this. Let me finish these pieces and my backsplashes. That is truly how it's going to look. This has been sitting here about 15 minutes. I just did all my cleanup. This is the last piece I did, first piece I did. You can really see how it settles out. Like We'll take a look at these areas tomorrow. It should all look similar to this. Now I can hit this with a nice soft fluffy broom and help blend this if you need to. Because this could be a spot right here tomorrow. And not a problem, don't touch it. Just brush it and push it side to side. You know, and you want marbleization. You know, that's good. So we will take a look at this tomorrow. I am heading home. It is very late. See you tomorrow, everybody.